What's happening, guys? Greg Happ here from Menagerie Studio, and today I'm going to show you 3 quick tips to up your jump cut game in Premiere Pro. Let's get to it. So here we are in Premiere Pro, and all of these clips we're going to be using today come directly from YouTuber Travis S. In my opinion, he's the best YouTuber in the game. Head on over to his channel after this, check him out. So let's get started here with tip number 1, and that's going to be nest your jump cuts. So as we can see here, we have a sequence of jump cuts, just some eggs going onto a plate, a little bit of seasoning, some honey, a little time warp slow-mo into fast, a little bit of cinnamon, and top it off with some salt. And see, that's not a bad sequence of jump cuts, but a quick way to really elevate it is to just nest it. So we'll go ahead and select all the clips, right-click, nest. Okay, so now we have one sequence here. And what we can do is add a little bit of motion to this clip. So we'll come up to the position, keyframe the position and the scale. We're going to zoom out slowly throughout the duration of our clip. So we'll start around 140. And we'll just reposition this to where we kind of like it. That looks pretty good. Come forward in our sequence, basically to the end. We'll bring this back to 100 and this to 960 by 540. Drag our keyframes to the end of our clip, and now we'll give it a watch. Even though there are jump cuts, we now have a nice, slow, fluent movement throughout. Moving on to tip number 2. Here's our jump cut sequence as is. Cool, just mixing up a little pre-workout supplement. So tip number 2 is going to be scale and reframe your clips. So what we'll do in our case, we'll come to the 3rd clip here where he's pouring this pre-workout into his water, and we'll come up here. We're working in a 1080 timeline with 4K clips, so our scale is at 50. It gives you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to reframing, positioning, scaling. So we'll just set that to 100 all the way zoomed in. We'll click on the motion here, which allows us to free form, move our clip around the frame as we see fit. We'll put it right about there. That looks pretty good. And we'll keyframe our position. Bring that to the start of the clip. And throughout this clip, we just kind of want to follow this pre-workout down into the glass. Grab that keyframe we made, drag it to the end of that clip, and we'll let that play out. Looks good. Cut back out. And now for our last clip, we'll do the same thing. We'll come into 100 on the scale, click the motion so we can reframe this. And we're gonna do something similar with this last one by just keyframing position and dragging it down. So let's say we don't want this animation to go all the way to the end of our clip. We kind of want it to slow to a crawl before the end. What we'll do is we'll click on this last keyframe here, right click, temporal interpolation, go down to ease in. So what this will do, if we go ahead and play, is just slow that animation, comes to a stop. Nice and easy. Okay, tip number 3 is mind your timing. Timing is everything with jump cuts. Here is just a quick example of a not so well-paced sequence of jump cuts.
Look at this. I don't even know how to attack this. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it.
Please do.
This is so much better than I expected.
Good.
Okay, so not bad, it does the job, it's good enough, but if we just tighten up our timing in between these clips, here's the result. Okay, so after a quick re-edit, here's what we're working with now.
Look at this. I don't even know how to attack this. I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna kill it.
Please do.
This is so much better than I expected.
Okay.
So as you can see, some subtle changes there go a long way. Just tightening up the edits, minding your timing between the cuts really helps drive the pacing, keeps it upbeat, and just kind of makes you less likely to notice the jump cuts. So I hope those 3 quick tips for jump cuts help you out. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you have any questions or want us to cover anything more in depth, please let us know down in the comments. And if you want to stay tuned for our future releases, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. This has been Greg Happ with Menagerie Studio. I'll catch you in the next one.